Alright guys, it's the 2013 NFL Draft. Buffalo's on the clock at 8th. Let's see what's going to happen. Draft's about to start. It's Lane Johnson.
The Oakland Raiders have traded the third pick to the Miami Dolphins. With the third pick in the 2013 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Dion Jordan.
Oh! Did not see that coming at all. Miami.
2013 NFL Draft. The Cleveland Browns select Barkley Bingo.
Wow.
LSU.
Mingo to the Browns.
I just gotta say, I wish we were still doing NFL football.
They took Cooper as opposed to Warmack. Okay, so that gives us so many options right now. The Bills could go quarterback. We can go wide receiver. We could go. Oh boy, well, who's no more linebackers. No linebackers kind of over.
Coming up right here, the St. Louis Rams are expected to move up to the Buffalo Bills spot for their second round pick. They're going to swap spots in the third round with the Rams coming up 8 spots. The Buffalo Bills also will get a 7th round pick as well, and that will put the Rams
30th in the league last year in scoring. However,
Hello?
he also told me that their
Hi,
best
Grandma.
option may be to trade out of this spot and get extra picks, that they were very much...
The reason the Buffalo Bills are picking 16th and not 8th is because they traded down in the draft. They traded with a team, and by doing that they were able to pick up a 2nd round pick and a 7th round pick.
Remember, there could be a tight end of this move.
Boom, this is expected to be a quarterback pick, and one quarterback the Bills have been eyeing all along has been EJ Manuel from Florida State.
EJ Manuel? No way.
A lot of teams, the Browns, the Eagles, the Jets.
First overall? Come on, guys.
But Buffalo now has the opportunity.
2013 NFL Draft. The Buffalo Bills select EJ Manuel, quarterback, Florida State.
Wow. They called it.
Now look, nobody had this.
Hey guys, it's JKman99 here to talk about the 2013 first round of the NFL Draft. I'm going to keep this as fairly short as I can. I already gave you guys about 3 minutes of reaction video, so it kind of gives you an idea of what I thought of the first round. Pretty standard from the latest mock drafts. A few surprises. I pretty much threw in my surprises. Everything else I wasn't surprised at. So, okay. Here we go. Here's the thing. First of all, back in January when they were like Marone and Nassib within hours of Jangala getting fired, I kind of thought that that's where this was going. So seeing EJ Manuel being drafted was very much a surprise, to say the least. I mean, if you live in Buffalo, you know that the media has been over Nassib, Barkley, why Geno Smith doesn't work. Very little about EJ Manuel, pretty much from everybody. In my rankings, I have him 5th. Like, I actually had Tyler Wilson as maybe the surprise that we were going to go with. I sort of thought going into this that there was going to be a surprise if we went quarterback, as if everyone was going to expect Nassib, but the Bills were going to go in a different direction, like maybe Barkley. But then, of course, Barkley started becoming popular, and then that kind of threw me off. I'm like, I'm not sure what surprise pick we're going to have. But to be honest, as you even saw in my reaction video, Adam Schefter kind of spoiled it before we picked, so there really wasn't too much of a surprise at the actual pick. It was just kind of the justification that what you were thinking was actually real. So, okay, I told myself I was going to do this, so I'm going to go, I told you I was going to do positives first and then negatives, so let's try to do that. Positives. First of all, Fitzpatrick had an issue throwing the ball down the field. EJ Manuel does not. He has a good down-the-field accuracy percentage. He threw 68%, 4,000 yards, and he knows how to get out of the pocket. He's a pure athlete. He's a big guy and nearly 6'5". I mean, just in so many different aspects, this is a quarterback that the Bills generally don't target. So, in a lot of ways, he's a great athlete, has shown good numbers. And a lot of people were talking about EJ Manuel being the next Russell Wilson or the next Colin Kaepernick, that quarterback that is in the draft that you don't necessarily see at the beginning, but then he gets drafted later and he turns into something. And it seems that the Bills decided that they're just going to get that guy right now and, not worry about it so much. That seemed to be the overall plan. Now, I'm trying to think if there's any other positives I want to point out. Positive for the Buffalo themselves. They went with need. Because, I was talking to some people, I was thinking, like, D. Milner was around when we were picking in 8th, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like, I never thought about getting a D. Milner or some sort of a tackle that really wouldn't want. Defensive tackle, I should say. Like, I was like, whoa, okay, so there really could be some picks I might not want right now. Now, the reason I say I don't want D. Milner, not because of the surgery thing, but just because we went corner last year, and as while cornerback is a need, I would prefer to stick with the wide receiver needs or the offensive needs that we clearly do have. And a lot of the linebackers or pass rushers went even before the 8th pick. So, the offense really was the way to go with our pick. Oh, yeah, and I love the Bills trade. That was brilliant. We got 2 extra picks. We did a lot better than the Raiders did with their Dolphins trade. Or, you know what I mean, what the Dolphins got. So that was good. Definitely great things there. We picked 3 times tomorrow. That's great. Okay, so negatives about EJ Manuel. First off, the clear negative. He was ranked so low in comparison to the other quarterbacks. On my list, he was 5th. On Kuiper's, I think he was 6th, 7th, or 8th, or something crazy like that. On a few people's, it was 2nd. But those ranks are there for a reason. They're not always necessarily true, but just the fact that there were other quarterbacks that just have had other reasons to have the attention. Nassib has the familiarity, Barkley has the history, and Geno had the recent history. So you would think. I don't like it when the Buffalo Bills pick a position that is not the best position available. Like, for example, Aaron Maben. Even at that time, he was clearly not the best linebacker available. Brian Arakpo was. And I knew that right away. Like, that was common knowledge. And Arakpo became the all-pro linebacker, and Maben is a bust. I'm not saying EJ Manuel is the next Aaron Maben, but what I am saying is it's a huge risk at the 16th overall selection. But to backtrack, all the quarterbacks are risks. It doesn't matter if we would have taken Geno, Barkley, Nassib, Tyler Wilson, EJ Manuel, or really any of the others, though the others would have been really bad stretches in my opinion. Basically, they're all risks. They're all who knows what's going to happen situations, so not much you can really do. So that's my opinion there. I hope that's as descriptive as I can get. As I said, I want to keep this short. Overall, am I happy with the pick? I'm happy with pick need, but and again, the reason I'm not like, oh, we should have gotten Barkley or Geno or whatever, is because I wasn't sold on them either. So, whatever quarterback we would have picked, I wasn't sold on any of them. So, I believe there is one diamond in this rough, and maybe it's EJ Manuel, maybe it's someone we haven't even thought of. So, who knows what's going to happen. I'm not nearly as upset as some people are, but I'm not nearly as happy as others are. So, I'm kind of in the middle ground there, but I hope that makes sense to you guys. Tomorrow, there's still, we got 3 picks. Cordell Patterson's gone, so maybe Keenan Allen for receiver. That could be a possible option there. Robert Woods, perhaps. That's another wide receiver option. We have 2 second-round picks, so we really need to address wide receiver there. And we could also look at possibly tight end at one of those positions, seeing what's available at that spot. And we do got to do guard. Levitre was a second-round guard, so maybe second round get another guard, try to fill that role in. if we don't, later rounds, maybe we can get Joe Tretter from Cornell. Not a bad idea there. So that's what I kind of foresee happening with the next 2 days of coverage. And on a personal note, Chris Berman's only doing the first round. I thought he did the first 2 days. That's kind of cheap, I think. He only does like 4 hours of coverage. But anyway, that's what I got. Leave comments. Tell me what you think. It's pretty late, so I gotta get up in like an hour. So you guys have a great night, and leave me messages. Tell me what you think of EJ Manuel, good or bad, plus or minuses, whatever. And Bills fans.